Hi, Dr. Talani. Today, our group will be presenting about Starbucks Coffee Company, which is your transformation and renewal, which is our case study, which is based on Harvard Business School case study also, and which is a requirement for our economics for business decisions, ECO745. Our group are consisting of Madam Barbara Benjamin Atan, Miss Fathin Syazrina binti Muhammad Samri, and myself, Nancy and Dominic Helen. Our presentation contains the important factors behind Starbucks' decline in 2007 and 2008, which will be presented by Miss Madam Barbara, and secondly, the important aspects of Starbucks transformation and why did this matter will be presented by me, and lastly, redefining the role of a for-profit company. What do you make of Schultz's take on corporate responsibility and its impact on the bottom line, which will be presented by Miss Fathin. Yeah.
Just a bit of history about Starbucks. Starbucks was founded on March 30th, 1971 in Seattle, United States of America. And in November, and as of November 2021, Starbucks has 33,833 stores in 80 countries worldwide. And it was bought by Howard Schultz in early 1980s. And currently, the Chief Executive Officer is still Howard Schultz. There are a number of important factors behind Starbucks' decline in 2007 and 2008. There was a saturation detected, there was a sign of saturation, and there was a sign of course, no passion by the staff. There was lack of aura, spirit, atmosphere, or sensational feeling when he entered one of the stores. Of course, complacency, whereby the staff are satisfied with what they have been working on and not progressing to create the stores or businesses more successful than before. And of course, the economic crisis, where it was the worst financial crisis since the Great Depression happened in 1929. There was also an increase of unemployment and the value drop for real estates, houses, wages, and the prices increased for most of the items that are important in the daily life, such as eggs, bread, and milk. Due to this economic crisis, there were an increase of operating expenses because of the revenues are decreasing, and they had selected unsuitable locations for their stores, and most of the stores and some of the stores are cannibalizing each other because it is only about 1 mile radius between the stores. And during that time, in July 2008, the stock failed and they had to close 600 stores. With closing of 600 stores, they had to eliminate 1,000 non-store positions and 500 employees were asked to resign. It was the worst performing period for Starbucks, and they were losing market shares with other competing brands such as McDonald's and Dunkin' Donuts. Lack of communication among management team is also one of the factors. It is very important to communicate, especially when they are or we are in the top management, because that's when the team can move on and they will put trust in the management team. That's where also the positive vibe will motivate the staff to work. And there was also lack of creativity, and they have to dedicate on innovation and reinvention. Starbucks during that time do not have any close relationship with their customers, especially their regular customers. They have to actually better service. They have to give better service in order to build the relationship with their regular customers. The customers need to be comfortable on par with the home and office. And of course, they have to share the experience on how the coffees are brewed. So basically, during that time there was no close relationship with the customers. There was also no branding for them. The most important thing is to grow the number of stores. When it comes to marketing, branding is very important. That is where you need to differentiate. Starbucks do not have proper internal training. It does not have when they transfer their staff to manage another store, they do not provide any training for the store manager or the new staff when they were given a new job responsibility. And they do not have transparency as well. That is where the miscommunication comes in. And of course, when all this falls in place, it meant that it has no quality when it comes to their product. Most of their factors revolve around top management and customers. Customer is king, and it is vital to provide the best service and products to the customers. With good outlook, it will gain customers' confidence to trust the products and service. Thank you.
And so I will start to present on what were the most important aspects of Starbucks transformation and why did this matter to the survival and transformation of the company. Okay, first, they implemented a number of changes aimed at quickly improving the company's financial status. When they paid out $30 million and flew all 10,000 of its executive to New Orleans for a business conference. In the first year, the company eliminated about $600 million in expenditures, 99% of which were permanent and had no impact on consumers. They had also implemented major shop adjustments to enhance goods and service contributions, including the introduction of a new loyalty and a loyalty card every year, and also Starbucks merchandise. And secondly, they defied conventional wisdom and debuted BIA, their widely distributed instant coffee brand. With over $100 million in annual sales within its first year, BIA provided the necessary push to the company, as well as establishing a number of additional distribution locations. And secondly, why does this transformation matter? Because with these current developments, it is reasonable to claim that Starbucks has effectively resurrected the image of a for-profit company. The worth of the transition brought about by the famous CEO could only be measured after it is realized that the improvements impacted the community as a whole, not just Starbucks employees. Starbucks was able to strike the ideal balance between the necessity to make a profit and the requirement to maintain the image of a warm and welcoming neighborhood coffee shop. The brand's image has become a foundation of Starbucks' success, and it is now loved by so many people. Starbucks should also take credit for how it is presenting itself in social media on its own term. They wanted to maintain a strong online and offline relationship with its customers. The firm went through so many ups and downs, and it offers current enterprises a valuable lesson: client loyalty and commitment. It is the most essential parts of any business. Starbucks brand was resurrected for a purpose, and that reason was not financial loss, but rather the need for them to provide the customers with a real and pleasant sense of fulfillment. For me, I think that they should continue on its path of forming bonds between its employees and consumers.
I will be explaining on the question 3, that is,
What do you think Charles means when he says that Starbucks is redefining the role of a for-profit company? What do you make of Charles' take on corporate responsibility and its impact on the bottom line? As we know, CSR stands for the corporate social responsibility. It refers to the organization practices and policies that the business has chosen to practice in the business and their management. CSR is a very important things in the company. In Starbucks they offer customer a better experience and they can customize their own beverage. As we know, Starbucks is very popular for the coffee, so customer can customize their own coffee based on their preference. And also Starbucks is provide training for the staff. In the case study, it says that Starbucks provide training for the barista for them to master the espresso art. It is important because this can make the customer attract to their product. Also, the company is taking care. That's all from our group. Thank you for listening.